this video is a shout out to one of my new favorite people and people to follow and listen to and follow on Substack, named Texas Slim. He has a podcast called Texas Slim's Vision. His latest podcast I just listened to is with a fellow named Cole Bolton, I believe, that has a regenerative beef ranch in Austin, Texas. And a really interesting guy. Well, Cole Bolton's an interesting guy too. He's a team roper, so I like to hear him talk about that on the podcast. I think like a 5th generation rancher. Also went into banking, so he's a pretty impressive guy himself. But I was going to make this video, try to spread the word about Texas Slim's Vision, his podcast, and his Substack, which I'll have to go back and look up, see what it's called, and maybe put a link in this video description. But I learned about him through listening to the No Agenda show with Adam Curry, and then Adam Curry interviewed him. Wow, that's some pretty amazing views right there. I'm driving north on Highway 17 out of Phoenix toward Flagstaff, and it's raining a little bit, and there's the mountains off there, and there's a little bit of a rainbow. I know you may not get the best view of this right now. I'm getting sidetracked from my topic, but I'm really was first impressed with Texas Slim in his discussion with Adam Curry and talking about the problems with the whole agricultural system and seed oils, and also tying that into the fiat money system, the central bank, how central banks have pushed our society into a very high time preference way of living. And since over the last few months and years, I've been realizing that my life purpose, besides making rope horses and making music and raising my family, is to spread the word about both the fiat money system and sound money, and basically, I'm sorry, I'm getting lost in my thoughts. About my life purpose is to popularize the knowledge of central banking, sound money, and the difference between sound money and fiat money, and also to spread the awareness of both the importance of beef for human health and liberty, and the importance of understanding how it's under attack by the same, I guess you'd call them globalist forces that are running this whole virus scam on basically the whole developed world, and how the same forces that are attacking Western civilization through the virus scam also have a plan for humanity that does not include vibrant health, individual liberty, and personal autonomy through the money we use and the food we eat. And it's hard for me this early on in my journey of enunciating what exactly how this all works, and I don't know where to start exactly, but that's why I've been so impressed with Texas Slim. In fact, one of the first things I noticed, or the first things that struck me that he mentioned, was the Secretary of Agriculture under Nixon, I believe, in this late 60s, early 70s, named Earl Butz, who, even though I've been a racetrack blacksmith for close to 2 decades, and a team roper and a musician, I'm a fair bit of nerd myself, so when I was in my teens, I was reading Wendell Berry and reading about the founding of the agricultural land grant colleges and the transformation of the agricultural system from basically the independent American farmer and rancher to the agricultural agribusiness behemoth that we are operating under now, that's basically a threat to Americans' health and liberty and well-being. And so while reading Texas Slim's Substack and listening to his podcast, it's been inspiring to see someone tie all these strings together, so to speak, and someone that's doing something substantial. And he's creating the Texas Beef Initiative to promote regenerative ranching and local beef consumption in the state of Texas, starting there and then spreading out through the promotion of independent kill plants, and trying to work on that bottleneck of the big four packers, that the bottleneck that they have over the beef industry in this country. And he gets it. He gets how important this is to basically the concept of, he gets the idea or he gets the importance of individual autonomy through what he calls food intelligence. And he mentions, having a low time preference lifestyle, and which basically is a concept in economics that someone doesn't get. Like the mainstream of the economics profession basically does not kind of go there, because it strikes at the root of the whole fiat money creation system that guides policy and sets interest rates, and basically it strikes at the root of the control system that has been built up over time since the Federal Reserve Act in 1913 or 15, whenever it was. And I'm getting off on numerous tangents here and rambling, but just for now, I'm going to say this is a big shout out to Texas Slim. I hope one day I'll meet you, and like I say, my life goals, life purpose is aligned with yours in a lot of ways, and I hope one day, like I say, I'll meet you, and the work I do or the content I create, I hope will be synergistic with yours. And I'd love to have a discussion about Bitcoin. That's one thing that I've been a sound money guy since 2007, I guess, and been an investor in precious metals. And that's a whole other conversation. I'm not 100% sure that I trust Bitcoin. And in fact, I wish I'd have bought it back in 2011 when I first learned about it, but that's beside the point. It's not about making money, or it's more about working towards a freer system, and one that empowers individual Americans to live a fulfilling life that and creating value and being paid for that value, and saving for the future, and investing in Western civilization. As I said, I still haven't got my elevator pitch for my life work and life purpose that I'm starting out on. And as time goes by, I will get better at enunciating what I believe. And once again, I'd raise a glass to Mr. Texas Slim. One of these days we'll cross paths, Lord willing, and I'm excited for what you accomplished with the Texas Beef Initiative, and I hope y'all will give him a follow on Substack and his podcast. Check out that latest one with Cole Bolton, and I will be back with more in the next few days. So Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and that will be it for today. Just take in a little more of this Arizona scenery. Still driving up to get that load of alfalfa that my buddy got stranded with and south of Flagstaff, and hopefully it'll be a smooth trip, maybe a little more sun on the way back. But until tomorrow, signing off.